Casey Anthony's life of lies. And Tony has found she has been telling those outrageous lies for years.
Plus, we're just minutes away from testing your TV to see if it's ready for the digital switch.
But first, investigative reporter Tony Pipitone has been sorting through Casey Anthony's lies, and he's found they produce a troubling pattern.
Beyond the smiles, the hugs, the outward appearance of a normal, happy childhood, Casey Anthony grew into a young woman whose life was founded on a litany of lies. From the moment she conceived Kaylee, concealing her pregnancy, friends say, for months, Casey created an alternate universe. Kaylee's first nanny, an old high school friend, cared for the child for free for 8 months, helping, she thought, a struggling single mother working at the Sports Authority, until she learned Casey had no job. She was hanging out with friends, and that kind of made me mad, Lauren Gibbs told investigators. I was kind of taken advantage of when it came to that. Joined the club, because Casey Anthony would manipulate friends and family for years, lying with ease about a job at Universal Studios that she abandoned in 2005, though she led detectives to the imaginary office on July 16, 2008, the day she was arrested.
We walked from the gate back here on the way to your office, right? Okay? To an office that you don't have. We got all the way into the building, into the hallway out here before you finally says, well, I really don't have an office here. But up to then, we were walking to your office, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, does any of this make sense to you?
I understand how all of that sounds.
Sounds preposterous, like when she claimed to be a college student. Monday, April 28th, 6:52 p.m. She chats with a friend who says, still haven't got my grades. Casey responds, I just saw mine, 2 A's. I love college. Of course, she never attended college. But listen to how easily she lies about it to an investigator.
You said you went to Colonial High School. Did you go to college afterwards?
Valencia.
How many years at Valencia?
About a year and a half. I got my event planning certificate.
Just another lie, records reveal. One that pales in comparison to the one she told about Kaylee being cared for 18 months or so by the imaginary Zenaida Gonzalez. Zanny, as she was known, would emerge in an online chat with one of 2 men Casey was apparently sleeping with at the time. Tuesday, May 6th, 1:41 p.m. You could read this one yourself. Anthony Rusciano, a former Orange County deputy, fired for lying about his intimate relationship with the accused child killer, asked Casey to bring herself over sometime that day. Casey claims Zanny the nanny has yet to return from her sister's wedding in Tampa. If my nanny can babysit tonight, I'm set. If not, I'm screwed, Casey lies, adding for good measure, I'm playing phone tag with both Zanny and my mom. Casey concocted Zanny about the same time she started lying about still working at Universal Studios, some 18 months earlier. More recently, May 21st, 2008, 10:30 a.m., Casey texts Amy Huizenga, the best friend she would betray and allegedly steal from. I've been working a lot. I put in almost 60 hours last week. 60 hours of partying, perhaps, but not work. And the lies build up into a frenzy in the days before Kaylee would disappear. Tuesday, June 10th, 8:54 p.m. I'm working all day tomorrow, she tells Huizenga. Thursday, June 12th, 8:51 a.m. She tells boyfriend Tony Lazzaro, one of my co-workers walked in my office just after we got off the phone and keeps making fun of me. Why, Lazzaro asks. Because she said that I'm in love, Casey types. How sweet, except cell phone records show Casey was at her parents' house and the co-worker does not exist. The next morning, things get more bizarre as Casey dreams up a family crisis to avoid driving Huizenga to Jacksonville to get a new car as she had promised. Friday, June 13th, 6:16 a.m. I'm on the way to the hospital with my dad, Casey texts Huizenga. Amy, oh my God. 7:50 a.m. My dad almost had a stroke, Casey texts. We're still waiting for him to get checked out. I love you, Amy responds sympathetically. I love you too, Casey responds, manipulatively. I'm really sorry about this. Like it was your fault, Amy texts her forgiveness. Phone records show Casey sent those text messages not from the hospital, but from her parents' home. And that stroke? It was news to the supposed victim, Father George Anthony.
Did you have a stroke on the 13th that you were treated at the hospital for?
No, here's where you got that.
Your daughter it seems, has a pattern
of lying about most everything.
This is getting so bizarre. This is just unbelievable.
Of course, it would get worse 3 days later, on June 16th, when he would see Kaylee for the last time. And detectives say Casey would lie about her whereabouts ever since. For all the deception and deviousness that can be proved so easily, Casey's mother, Cindy, reminded detectives of one thing that is not proved yet.
Casey may be a liar, but she didn't murder her daughter.
But she is now charged with Kaylee's murder, even though, Jackie, they have found no body.
So will these lies come into play during the trial?
Well, some of them certainly will, because she was indicted for lying to detectives about where she left Kaylee, who she left her with. All that could show a pattern of neglect or abuse, and she's been charged with that as well. But do the lies prove that she's a murderer? That's a bit of a stretch.
All of it's so interesting. You're even going to have more next week.
We will. There's much more to this timeline, and we'll be presenting that in coming nights.
All right, we'll see you then. Tony, thank you.
Okay.